I can
I
smell you.
think I
Banana.
The first video game ever created was called Tennis for Two and was developed by a sidekist, William Higginbotham, in 1958. Hopefully I said that right. It was played on an oscilloscope, which is an electronic device that displays electronic signals usually found in hospitals. And this would set the way for modern video games to come. Those patients were definitely excited for the next release. The beloved GTA or Grand Theft Auto franchise actually only exists because of a glitch in another game. In 1995, Rockstar was working on the game Race and Chase, which is similar to GTA except the game only focuses on high-speed car chases. The chases would be between criminals and police officers, even allowing the player themselves to be a police officer. But a glitch in the game would cause the police cars to ram the player off the road. And this was actually so popular and liked by the game testers that the game was reworked in order to make it work better with these features, and thus GTA was born. The most popular video game ever made is Minecraft, selling over 238 million copies, and it was actually initially developed by a single person, Marcus Pearson, also known as Notch. And as the game expanded and its player base grew, a forum would post a picture of what looked like a default Steve skin with white eyes. After even more presumed sightings of this figure, he would later be named Herobrine and was a huge conspiracy. It was said that this man was not a player nor an NPC, but just an identity that would go around terrorizing Minecraft players. Mojang themselves would entertain this theory when they would say things like Herobrine removed in the new patch and updates. It is unknown to this day if Herobrine is actually real. The game Deus Ex takes place in New York City, and the developers had to cut out some parts of the New York skylines, which included the Twin Towers due to memory limitations. Some players would notice this and ask why this was the case, which the developers then explained that the towers were destroyed in-game due to a terrorist attack. The only thing is that the game was actually released over a year before the events of 9/11. Maybe the developers and George Bush were working together. The best-selling console of all time is the PlayStation 2, selling over 155 million copies and generated around $2.2 billion. But the lowest selling console of all time is actually made by Apple and it is named the Apple Pippin. It only sold around 40,000 copies. This was due to the fact of its price. It cost over $500 and this was super expensive back in the day compared to other consoles. And the other consoles had better games and ran better even though they were cheaper. It's safe to say Steve Jobs messed up with this one. Fidel Castro is the former Cuban president and had over 600 assassination attempts targeted at him, most of which coming from the United States. And in one of the first missions of Call of Duty Black Ops 1, you actually shoot Fidel Castro in the face. However, you later end up figuring out that this wasn't actually Castro and was just a double who looked just like him. However, this sparked such controversy that there were multiple Cuban people and political articles that claimed they only put this in the game because they were not able to assassinate Castro in real life. There are approximately 3.1 billion active gamers worldwide as of 2023, and this number is estimated to be at 3.32 billion by next year. And the amazing thing is that of these gamers, 76% of them are over the age of 18, disproving the fact that it's only little squeakers, and over 45% of gamers are actually female. Maybe Carl has a chance to get a girl despite living in his mom's basement after all. So it's safe to say that video games might be taking over the world and probably even other galaxies pretty soon. 2 months ago, a 29-year-old man was walking through a Dollar Tree when two kids being ages 11 and 13 decided to call him an NPC. This stands for non-player character, so they were basically calling him a robot. And the man responded to this by stabbing the 11-year-old multiple times. This NPC is out of control. The boy was injured, but luckily he survived the attack and is still breathing. But you might want to think twice when thinking about calling somebody an NPC. The esports industry, which is competitive video gaming, has grown tremendously in popularity over the last few years. Major tournaments involving professional players and content creators have garnered millions of viewers and offer substantial prize pools. Some games even have their own league and teams, like this is the NBA. Games such as Fortnite, Overwatch, League of Legends, Counter-Strike are some of the most popular games in the esports scene, and might have taken the sport into new popularity. But let's be honest, even cheerleading might be more of a sport than this. The first video game to feature a female protagonist was none other than Miss Pac-Man, which is pretty ironic considering man is in the name of the game. It was released in 1982 and still remains as one of the biggest arcade games ever created. You go, bitch. Video games can be fun, and some of people's best times and memories come from doing so. So whether you're a thug, a minor, kindergartner, there's something for everybody. But that will conclude this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed, as we will be doing more lists as well as going over the most unique and interesting topics every single time. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
And love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison.